Hi everybody and welcome to our student-produced Reading Through History knockoff video. This video is produced by Tiffany Yu and myself, Daniel Lin. We are San Marino High School juniors enrolled in Mr. Peter Paccone's 2020 to 2021's AP US History course, and today's focus will be on the story of the Hudson River School of Art. Now, to all APUSH students, this video will be specifically addressing APUSH Key Concept 4.9, which states that between 1800 to 1948, a new national culture emerged that combined American elements, European influences, and regional cultural sensibilities, with the Hudson River School of Art at the core of this new national culture. The Hudson River School of Art, in a nutshell, was America's first artistic movement, and it was represented by a group of landscape painters that formed after the start of the first Industrial Revolution. It was due to the influx of factories and pollution that prompted the Hudson River School artists to speak out through their paintings of American landscapes against the encroachment on nature. The Hudson River School of Art was not only founded at the start of the Industrial Revolution, it was also founded after the start of something called Romanticism, which was a period of artistic history which valued subjectivity and intuition over objectivity and reasoning. It was a movement that opposed industrialization and called for the preservation of nature. Here you can see several famous romantic works, namely Frankenstein and the Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Having said all that, now it's time for a bit more detail. The Hudson River School of Art emerged during the 19th century and was named after the Hudson River Valley in New York. And contrary to common assumption, the Hudson River School of Art is not a physical art institution, but rather an artistic movement and the first native painting movement in the United States. Founded by English-born American artist Thomas Cole, the Hudson River School of Art first gained popularity through his romantically artistic portrayal of the Catskill Mountains, which was an expansive region of forestry located in southeastern New York. Before the Hudson River School of Art, many people believed landscape paintings of the Catskills, for example, were imitations of historical paintings and lacked originality. However, Cole was able to elevate landscape painting by imbuing his work with a moral message. His paintings conveyed the value of untouched nature and gave voice to the newborn country. Cole's work inspired many other artists to express their appreciation of nature and protest the corrupting effects of industrialization. Cole's followers included Frederick Edwin Church, Albert Bierstadt, and Asher B. Durand, to name a few. Paintings from this art movement depicted the vastness and the magnificence of untouched nature, usually conveyed through the absence of humans and the emphasis on organic life. The Hudson River School artists painted landscapes in panoramic views and under dramatic lighting in order to give the viewers a sense of awe and to induce admiration towards nature. However, this style eventually diminished around the 1900s when figure painting gained popularity. Another movement that shared ideologies with the Hudson River School of Art was Transcendentalism. Like the Hudson River School, Transcendentalism stemmed from Romanticism and was created to retaliate against the logical and rational approaches taken during the Enlightenment. One of its main essential values was the divinity of nature, the belief that nature should stay untouched. Transcendentalist works like Walden by Henry David Thoreau encouraged readers to question the progress of society during the Industrial Revolution and to recognize the value of nature. The Hudson River School abided by that principle, as seen through how they emphasized the grandiose scale of nature and foreshadowed the negatives of industrialization through their paintings. One such painting would be the Oxbow by Thomas Cole. It depicts a thunderstorm encroaching from the west, paired with an uncharted and dangerous environment present on the left side of the painting. The east, on the other hand, has a calm pastoral landscape underneath clear skies. The storm clouds foreshadow the dangers of industrialization that threaten the peaceful coexistence between humans and nature. This stark contrast also paints the ideology of manifest destiny, which was the concept of westward expansion during the 19th century. Through the Oxbow, Cole conveys the idea that expanding westward would positively alter the land, but could easily ruin the balanced relationship between both groups if nature was disregarded. Another famous Hudson River School painting A Storm in the Rocky Mountains is a landscape oil painting by the artist Albert Bierstadt. The painting was inspired by Bierstadt's second expedition to the west that took him to the Colorado and Wyoming Rocky Mountains. The painting depicts the Chicago Lakes beneath Mount Evans in the Colorado Rocky Mountains alongside a dark gathering storm in the distance. It is an exemplary art piece that utilized the technique of luminism, which was the use of lighting to create dramatic effects, such as an eerie and spiritual atmosphere. This can be seen in another one of his works shown here, titled Among the Sierra Nevada Mountains. In addition, although A Storm in the Rocky Mountains was a panoramic view of wilderness, Bierstadt included many minute details such as the depiction of Native Americans and the eagle in the sky. The painting ultimately served as a pull factor that encouraged many U.S. settlers to move westward and to settle in the beautiful environment depicted in that painting. Not only did the Hudson River School of Art lead to the creation of several well-known paintings, such as the Oxbow and A Storm in the Rocky Mountains, and the artistic technique of luminism, it led to the emergence of a new national culture, an identity that combined American elements and European influences. The Hudson River School of Art was a major stepping stone in the development of an American identity and culture. Moreover, it was also a protest against industrialization's deteriorating effects on nature. However, today the message of the Hudson River School of Art remains obscure and underappreciated like the movement itself, as industrialization continues to encroach upon our world's diverse environments.